Chardonnay True Crime fans, welcome back to another episode of Chardonnay True Crime. I'm your host, Dakota, and with me as always is the lovely Kate.
That's me.
That is her. And tonight we are going to be doing things just a little bit differently. Normally we pick one crime and we stick with it throughout the entire episode. However, this evening, in honor of Thanksgiving, we have decided to do a 3-course killing episode. So it's 3 different Thanksgiving crimes.
We can really get our fill of crime tonight.
Yeah. Unlike any Thanksgiving, what would tonight be without a buttload of wine?
Cheers.
Cheers. Alrighty. Whew.
Oh, you called me.
Yeah, twice.
Sorry.
I called your cell phone and I called your house phone and no one answered.
Oh boy. Sorry.
I was like, excuse me, why is no one answering the house phone? It's Heather.
Sorry, we all died.
Yeah. Kind of assumed. I was just like, great, they're all dead. Now I gotta cover that on the show.
I gotta do the show by myself.
You really think I was gonna do that? I was gonna get Thea to get on. I was just like, fine, if Kate doesn't want to be on time, I'm gonna get Thea to come be on time. I know she's like at home, so I'm just gonna be like if that happens where it's like if it gets to like 5 minutes past when the episode is supposed to start and like Kate isn't answering me, I'm just gonna like bring on Thea.
There you go. Solid backup plan.
Yeah. And then Kate's gonna get yelled at for an hour.
It's all right. I'm used to that.
I don't yell at you.
I just mean in general. I didn't mean from you specifically.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I've never yelled at you.
Not like for real anyway.
No, not for real.
That's what was missing. I thought something looked different.
Yeah, it was just too close on our faces.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm uncomfortable. Too many people can see my zit.
Oh yeah, I've got like stress zits all up here, but it's like nice and like blaringly white, so you can't really see it.
I actually have good lighting tonight. Like, can we talk about this lighting? This is like good lighting right now.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah. So it turns out I was moving the exercise equipment out of my new room and I found a ring light in the other room and I was like, oh. So I like grabbed that and I like walked into my stepmom's room and I was like, can I use this? She was like, yeah. I was like, cool, thanks, bye. Like ran into
mine now.
Bye.
Hey, that just saved you like $20.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, seriously, moving into a house that already has a ring light, perfect.
That's a sign that this was the right move.
Yeah, literally.
I said what I said.
Mm-hmm. You said it indeed. We're full of puns tonight, y'all.
And we're not even full of wine yet.
No, not even. I'm full of food though because we did Thanksgiving a day early.
Nice.
Yeah. So I got a comment here from Brian saying, "You look so lit." Thanks, Brian.
Wah wah.
No, oh my God, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so my stepmom has to work tomorrow. So we did Thanksgiving dinner today. And it was like literally an hour after I woke up. Like we did it at 2 o'clock. Like we did it at 2 o'clock and I couldn't fall asleep last night. So I woke up at like 1 and I was like, I basically just like woke up and then sat down for Thanksgiving dinner. Afterwards, I was like, okay, it's time to go back to sleep.
Yeah, that's the turkey.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken. Yeah, I forget what it is, but there's actually like a thing in like
trick to something, trick to meme.
I genuinely don't remember, but like I actually learned about it when I worked at Petco because we sold a lot of like dog food that had like turkey or chicken in it. So I learned like what the like
Tryptophan.
Yeah, that's right. So that's what makes you sleepy when you eat turkey.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'd never really thought of it. Like I'd always heard jokes about like, yeah, Ken says it too in the comments, tryptophan. So I'd always heard of like turkey making you sleepy, and I always thought it was just like a carb crash thing. Like you just eat a fuck ton of food on Thanksgiving and then like fall asleep, like it does at restaurants. But yeah,
and like it's not that, but the fact that like generally speaking, people eat turkey on Thanksgiving, and turkey knocks you on your ass scientifically.
I never really like understood that until recently. And when I was younger at my grandma's house, we would always have turkey and ham.
That's what we used to do for Christmas. But now that like us kids have taken over Christmas, like we're trying like new stuff. And my sister made the most amazing. Oh my God, it was so good. It was like a pork Wellington last year.
Oh yeah, you told me about that last year. I remember.
And like we had like our whole kid meeting to discuss like what we were going to do this year, and I was just like, please make it again. Please make it again. It was so good. So she's going to make it again.
Yay. All right, we have caught up on our personal lives and we've talked about Thanksgiving a little bit. So why don't we get into talking about some killings?
Yeah, I guess that's what you guys come here for, isn't it?
It is what they come here for. They don't want to listen to us just chat about life.
Yeah.
They want to listen to that when I finally make the move over from California to Nevada. You can hear more of us just talking about life and other fun stuff by listening to Geeks, Freaks, and Beaks.
Fun times.
On the Chardonnay Podcast Network. We got a comment from Kelly saying, hey, you guys.
I haven't heard that in a minute. I was actually starting to miss that.
Yeah. Ken says, missed you both. Kelly's been working late. Happy to see you both. Happy to see you both too. Is that new quarantine affecting you at all, Kel? Let us know in the comments, because I know that Kate says that the quarantine is affecting her now too.
Yeah, now we have a curfew, but I don't know if that's just San Diego or what.
No, I've heard of people up in I've got friends up in Oakland saying that they're on curfew too.
Oh, okay.
I think it's statewide.
Well, I'm not mad about it.
You don't know yet? All right, well, keep us updated. All right, let's get into this. So we've got 3 different crimes to discuss this evening, and we're going to start with the first one, which is, LA as well. We're going to start with the first one, which is known as the Guy murders. Now, this took place in 2012, I believe. So I'm pretty sure this is 2016. So this was only 4 years ago that this happened.
Dang.
Yeah, I know, right? So the victims of the crime were Joel Michael Guy Sr., who was born February 10th, 1955, who was a pipeline engineer and designer, and his wife, Lisa Guy, who was born Lisa Madere, who was born August 8th, 1961, who was a human resources accounts payable administrator at Jacobs Engineering in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Now, their son, Joel Michael Guy Jr., was born in 1988 and graduated from the Louisiana School for Math, Science, and the Arts at Nanotech in 2006 and had previously attended Hanville High School. Now, Jr. had never worked and had always been supported by his family. He spent 1 semester at George Washington University and then attended Louisiana State University as a student and lived in Baton Rouge right up until the time of the murders in 2016. Now, he says that he had been training to become a plastic surgeon. But as we know, this guy, he was pretty comfortable with his cushy lifestyle of just being supported by mommy and daddy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? You know what would be really appropriate? An appropriate way to refer to these murders? The fucking guy murders.
The fucking guy murders. I am so happy. As long as we can get a What We Do in the Shadows reference in every episode, I'm happy about it. I want to do a whole like episode on Freaks, Geeks, and Beaks where we talk about the different vampires in the What We Do in the Shadows like universe and how amazing they all are.
Yeah, that'll have to be like a 12-part series.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. One episode is just going to be me gushing about Nandor the Relentless.
There's one episode that'll be you gushing about Nandor, and then a separate episode where you're gushing about the guy who plays him.
Kayvan.
That's right. I always forget his name.
Kayvan Novak. And the only reason I remember it is because when I was a model, my manager's name was Kayvan.
Oh, it has nothing to do with the fact that you're in love with him. Okay, gotcha.
No, not at all. I told my friend who turned me on to What We Do in the Shadows that I was planning on doing a burlesque routine of one of two characters, and she goes, "Please do both." I was like, okay.
That's the kind of support you deserve in your life.
It was Scarlett, so.
Really? Scarlett turned you on to them?
Yeah, last time she was doing my hair, she was bleaching my hair and she turned on What We Do in the Shadows. And I was like, what is this? And she was like, oh, you've never seen this? So she started it from the beginning. And I was just like, heart eyes.
We love Scarlett.
Oh, I'm really happy that Las Vegas is really only about the same amount of time as it is from San Diego as it is from where I lived in California, because like I like being able to just zoom down to San Diego whenever I miss you and Scarlett.
But mostly Scarlett, I understand.
Yeah. No, but anyways, so as we know, Guy Jr., he's really happy with his cushy lifestyle. You know, he's happy with mommy and daddy paying all the bills. He's basically like if the Menendez brothers were more stupid and less accomplished.
Oh,
and
solid.
One person. Yeah.
And one person.
Well, because it's, the Menendez brothers.
I know, it's like I know what you meant, but for some reason that just like really tickled me. Ow!
Did you just hit your tooth? Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh.
Just embarrassed.
Oh no, that like hurt.
Oh shit! Are you all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, are you good to keep going?
Yeah, let's keep going.
All right,
my kids will recover.
So Guy Sr. also had 3 daughters by his first marriage. But this story isn't about those daughters. It is about Guy Sr. and Guy Jr. and Guy Jr. basically being a cheap wish knockoff of the Menendez brother, I guess. Is it Menendez's or Menendezai?
Menendai.
The Menendai. Okay. So this is like the Menendez brothers are like if you buy it at like Target, and then Guy Jr. is if you buy it on Wish.
You see it in the clearance bin at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, exactly. So Ken has a comment here saying, my friend got a basketball card of a player and it has the Menendez brothers in the background. Funny story. I also have that basketball card. I found it on Etsy for like $20. Like as soon as like that came out that the brothers were in the background of that baseball card, I fucking went searching for it. And it was selling for like $300 on eBay. And I was like, fuck you, eBay. And then eBay was also taking down all the listings because you're not allowed to sell murder memorabilia on eBay. Like they are hardcore about that.
Interesting.
Yeah. I know, it's a really weird thing. So like, you know, any artwork done by like serial killers or anything like that, you can't sell it on eBay. So I was like searching the internet and I found it on Etsy. So I bought it and they sent it to me and they actually sent it. It was really cool. I was expecting them to just send me like the card and they actually sent it to me in this like little plastic, like protective, like case thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was really solid. And so when I get my room here all set up, there's actually this really cool little shelf in the garage that I'm gonna take because it's just sitting in the garage and I'm like, that's cool, I want it. And my dad said that I could have it.
Is anyone using this? Cool, it's mine now.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyways, that shelf is gonna be like for my murder memorabilia. I'm gonna have my my murder collection on it. So I've got like a spot picked out for like my Charles Manson candlestick. I've got a little spot picked out for my Menendez brother card, and then I'm gonna buy some of those what are those called? That flat the strip lights to like light it up. Yeah, I want it to be like a cool little spot.
I want those for my whole room. I want to get those and like get them all the way across like the ceiling the way that everybody does it. I know everybody does it, but I did it first.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing that at some point, but my ceilings are so high here. Like the ceilings in this room that I'm in right now are actually like really tall. It's so much more room for me to decorate.
Yeah, it's a very tall house. It's really cool.
It is, and this room is like it's like bigger than the room that I have currently, and I'm pretty stoked about that.
Is it?
It's longer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's longer, and I'm happy about that. But anyways, let's get back to this. So the guys had recently sold their Knoxville house at 11434 Golden View Lane and were to be retiring to Surgensville. And Joel Jr. and his three half-sisters attended what was supposed to be the last event at the Knoxville house, Thanksgiving, on Thursday, November 24th, 2016. Now, Joel Jr. decided to spend the weekend with his family because, you know, driving from New Orleans or Baton Rouge back to Knoxville, it's like kind of a drive. And he was, you know, Thanksgiving weekend, you generally spend that with family, right?
Ow.
You okay?
Yeah, my boot got caught on my chair, so like my ankle got like for a second.
Oh, geez. Yeah, so if you were to drive to Knoxville from Baton Rouge, it's 9 hours and 42 minutes. And if you were to fly, it's about 5 hours. So it's kind of a schlep, you know? So he decided to stay there for the weekend. And that weekend ended up being the last time that the Guy family was ever all together. On November 26th, Guy attacked his father with a knife in a second floor exercise room while his mother was out shopping for groceries at Walmart. Now, the scene showed evidence of a struggle with torn blinds, blood on the wall and the corner, and an overturned Bowflex machine. Guy Sr.'s clothes were cut from his dead body and left near where he had been killed, and two large knives lay nearby, and his bloody pack of cigarettes lay on top of the clothes pile. Sometime later, Lisa Guy came home through the front door, dropped the groceries on the floor of the foyer, and proceeded up the stairs, and when she got to the top, was attacked with a knife. 9 of her ribs were severed.
Jesus!
Do you know how hard you have to stab someone to like cut through a rib? That's insane.
Yeah, that's fuck. God damn.
I gotta say, this attack is actually a lot more personal than like what the Menendez did to their parents. I mean, yeah, the Menendez boys, they used shotguns. You know, and they I'm willing to bet that that Kitty and oh god, what was his name? George? Jose Menendez. I'm willing to bet that Kitty and Jose died pretty quickly. Answered my own question.
Did you even hear what I said?
Nope.
I said dad.
Oh, sure, why not? No, but Kitty and Jose, they probably died pretty quickly. I don't think that Guy Sr. and his wife died fast.
No.
I really. Oh God, 9 of her ribs were severed. That's so many ribs.
That's so much. Oh, that's
so much like brute strength, you know?
Seriously.
Bless you.
Excuse me?
Now, her clothes were also then cut from her body and left near where she was killed, and by several tubs of sewer line cleaner. Now, after that, Guy Jr. cut the hands from his father's body at the wrists and left them nearby on the floor of the exercise room. Ugh. So cut at the wrist, and then they just left them on the floor.
Yucky.
Yeah, that's yucky.
That just made me think of this bit in the Reduced Shakespeare Company where they cover Titus Andronicus.
Mm-hmm.
And they do it as like a cooking program. And the daughter like comes out with like the like human head pie, and she's like holding a human hand in her mouth. And the chef is like, with some lovely lady fingers for dessert.
Wow. All right. So anyways, so Mrs. Guy's head was removed and carried downstairs to be put in a pot on the stove and heated. Now at trial, the forensic examiner testified that her head was not just cut, but broken off with force. The amount of hatred that this little shit is feeling towards his parents has got to be insane because of the fucking amount of force that he had to like use to do this.
Like, how do you fucking
Fucking Guy.
Fucking Guy Jr.
Yeah, fucking Guy Jr.
Oh, that's just horrifying. And it's just like,
it's horrifying, but here's the like even crazier part. This guy does not look like he should be able to like do the things that he did. Like he looks like an owl. I'm gonna go ahead and like post a pic. I'm gonna just do a screen share of a picture, and if I get all echoey or anything, because that is known to happen when I don't have a second monitor, then I apologize for that. But you guys got to see this guy because he looks like a fucking owl.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
Yeah. So that's Joel Guy Jr. There's actually another picture where he looks more like an owl. So let me open up that one because that one is the one that like every time I look at it, I'm like, he owl.
His middle name has got to be fucking because he's just like Joel fucking Guy.
Fucking Guy.
Whatever it was before.
No, owl boy. It. Owl boy here.
Oh my God.
Right? He's an owl.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Owl boy here fucking had enough force to rip his mom's head from her body.
Like, I would assume that he like cut through like a lot of the way, but then like he just got too angry and just like yoinked it off the rest of
it. Yoinked it. Maybe, I don't know. But anyways, so both victims had also had their arms and legs disarticulated. Guy Sr. at the waist and Mrs. Guy at the knees. Their limbs and torsos were then placed each in a bin full of chemicals to dissolve their bodies, and each body had a large gash inflicted after death so that the chemicals would quickly seep into the body's main cavity.
Ugh.
This guy thought this through. Owl Boy here, like, totally thought it through.
But why on Thanksgiving?
It was the last time that they were all together. Like, it was the last, like, reason that he had to go home, I'm assuming. Like, my guess is he didn't spend that much time with his family before that happened. And then he found out that he was being cut off financially. And he was just like, well, I can't just, like, show up at their house or they'll know that I'm going to kill them. So I got to do it on Thanksgiving.
How Knives Out of him.
So this guy didn't get off scot-free or anything like that, obviously, or else we wouldn't be talking about this. Owlboy sustained several cuts to his hands in the assault on his father, including a deep cut to his left thumb. And at approximately 3:30 p.m., he's seen in Walmart's first aid section getting bandages and ointments for the wounds that he received to his hands. He also purchased isopropyl alcohol and hydrogen peroxide. However, the next day, Sunday, Guy drove back to Baton Rouge, 9 hours away, to have his wounds treated at the student clinic. So I'm guessing it's just because that was free for him, because the student clinic is free.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. This guy is like so cheap that he doesn't want to fucking pay for anything, including fucking medical care. Because of the obvious absence from work, Mrs. Guy's boss, Jennifer Whitehead, horrible name, was suspicious. And so she called the police and had them do a welfare check because Mrs. Guy didn't go to work, obviously. So the Knox County officers, Stephen Ballard and Jeremy McCord and others, first found an empty house at 11434 Golden View Lane. The house was for sale, yet there was no real estate lock on the front door. And they soon found that the back door's doorknob had been removed and put on the front door. Yeah.
What? Why?
Probably so that the real estate agent couldn't get into the house. Yeah. I mean, Junior didn't want the family, selling the house so that he'd be cut off and all of that,
That's true.
So in his line of thinking, he was probably thinking, well, if I kill them and then I take off the lockbox on the front door, they won't be able to sell the house. And I'll inherit everything.
He big-brained it.
So they could see groceries on the floor, including perishable items such as 3 cases of Michelob Light, which honestly, that's not perishable. It's just better refrigerated. Bacon, sausage, and ice cream, which are all perishable. They saw those through the front door, and through the remaining hole in the back door, they could sense heat and a strange smell emanating from the house, and from another angle see the groceries. So one of the officers got into their cars and pressed a garage door opener, which allowed the police access to the house. So they got into the family's cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The police just have a universal garage door opener.
Can you imagine how terrifying that would be?
God, that would be a nightmare.
That would be the fucking worst. So many women would die.
Yeah.
So many women would die. I got a comment here from JoJo saying, hey, sexy. Hey, yourself, sexy lady.
Hello, JoJo.
She and I were FaceTiming earlier. I got to see her face. She was so excited to see me, she forgot how to English.
Oh, that's cute.
So they first discovered a table with the wallets of both Guy Sr. and Mrs. Guy and a sledgehammer, and then another table with long guns. They also noticed that a pot was boiling on the stove downstairs and that the stove was left on, and at the bottom of the stairs were the groceries that they had earlier seen. They then ascended the stairs, hearing an intermittent barking dog. Then they discovered Joel Guy Sr.'s hands on the floor by looking down the hallway and discovering the dismembered corpses in the solution in the bathroom. Blech. Blech. And yucky.
God, and the bathroom is literally like one of the worst ventilated rooms in the house. Like
unless you turn on the fan.
I mean, how much does that really do?
I mopped the bathroom here, and then I turned on the fan, and then I left the room for 5 minutes, and then I came back, and the floor was completely dry. But anyways, among other items the investigators found upstairs were sewer line cleaner, a bag of baking soda, liquid fire, muriatic acid, drain opener, lye, food-grade hydrogen peroxide, bleach, and a bleach sprayer. Investigators also discovered a note in an open suitcase that depicted the name and Louisiana address of an Ace Hardware store, along with a notion about sewer line cleaner. The toxic fluid required biohazard equipment for removal by KCSO hazmat team, and due to the volume of evidence in such a disturbing scene, KCSO's forensic unit worked through the night Monday and into the following day processing the crime scene. The FBI, the Knox County Sheriff's Office, and the East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office placed Guy under surveillance for a few days and apprehended him on Tuesday the 29th in the parking lot of his Baton Rouge apartment complex on Nicholson Drive, where he tried to get into his 2006 Hyundai Sonata. I just, this guy, this fucking guy, like, he's so worried about his lifestyle and anything, but like he's driving a 10-year-old Hyundai Sonata. Like,
because he's too cheap to try to buy a new car.
I mean, yeah, but his parents are covering his expenses. This really is the dollar store version of the Menendai. It's the Menendai.
And that's our show, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
I regret nothing. So anyways, so when Guy's car was open in Louisiana, he had a meat grinder in the trunk. And the search of Guy's apartment in Louisiana provided additional receipts, but was later ruled unconstitutional by Judge Steve Sword. Which also, can I just take a moment to say, bro, your name is Judge Steve Sword. That is the best name I have ever heard when covering these fucking episodes. I've heard some pretty cool names, but Steve Sword? You went into the wrong line of business, my dude. You should have been a sideshow performer. Can you imagine Steve Sword, the sword swallower?
Or like a fencer.
Fuck, right? More money in sideshow.
Or he should have just been knighted.
Well, I mean, this was only a few years ago. He's probably still alive.
Judge Sword, go get knighted.
Yeah, Judge Sword, go get knighted. We need to petition Queen Elizabeth.
Sir Judge Steve Sword.
Look, can you imagine? I mean, she does random shit occasionally. Remember that wedding that she turned up for because that couple invited her?
Just, Your Majesty, no, you can't just go to this wedding. Why not? It'll be hilarious.
I want cake. Jojo says, you live or you die by the sword. Yeah, no kidding, Jojo. Now, Guy pled not guilty, yet filed a motion that he be given the death penalty if convicted. Guy's defense counsel, John Halstead and Jonathan Harwell, presented no evidence on his behalf, and the prosecution was led by Leslie Nasios and Hector Sanchez. The trial took 4 days. Guy was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. Jog on.
Fucking Guy. I just watched that the other day.
Hot Fuzz?
Yeah.
I watched it last night.
It's just such a good movie.
It really is. All right. So that is the first story. Let's bring it on in. So, Kate, what did you think of that story?
What a fucking guy.
What a fucking guy. The Menendez guy.
The Menendez guy.
He's the dollar store equivalent of like the Menendez brothers, because like he killed his parents for money, but like he drove a fucking Hyundai Sonata. Like, it's literally Diet Menendez.
Oh god, it really is. But there's only one, so it's Menendez.
Menendez.
That's how language works. And his last name is actually Guy, so there we go. That's how we reach. In case you guys missed that.
All right. So let's get into part 2 of this episode. Byron David Smith. Byron David Smith was a retired U.S. State Department employee. He was never married and he lived alone, and his brother described him as a retired security engineering officer. Now, Byron Smith claimed at trial that prior to the murders that he committed, he had been burglarized at least half a dozen times over the preceding months, but he had only reported one previous burglary to the police, and investigators only found evidence of 2 previous burglaries, one of which occurred in his detached garage and of which he appeared to have no knowledge of when it was brought up by police.
He didn't know he had a garage?
No, he didn't know that it had been burgled.
Oh.
Kate. What the fuck?
I've been up since 7 a.m., okay?
You've only been awake for 12 hours.
What's your point?
All right, so.
Please proceed.
Yeah. Among items stolen were $4,000 in cash, which who the fuck keeps that much cash in their house? His father's POW watch. So when his father was a prisoner of war, apparently he got a watch for it. I don't really know what that means.
Yeah, it's like, whoop. Pardon me. Stuff is falling, but it's fine.
Woman. God damn.
I'm so fucking sorry. It's just, it's like, was it given to him when he was a prisoner of war, or was it given to him after the fact? Like, who knows? But yeah. Regardless, it was stolen.
Kelly says, we know what happens when she doesn't get enough sleep. Yeah, Kel, I know. She gets stupid.
That's why I'm so dumb all the time.
Kate, you've literally slept for like 12 hours straight and then woken up and still been dumb.
So then I got too much sleep.
Oh
so
my God.
Sleep is the problem.
Anyways. They stole $4,000 in cash, his father's POW watch, coins from a collection, and a chainsaw. Now, because of that, Smith began routinely wearing a holster with a loaded gun inside his home, as well as stashing bottles of water and granola bars in his basement. Now, there is some evidence that the victims in this case, Kiefer and Brady, who were actually a couple, or no, they were cousins.
That's different.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, it got mixed up with the next part. Yeah. So the victims' names were hang on a second. I forgot to write down their first names. One sec.
No worries.
Hallie Kiefer and Nicholas Brady.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was some evidence that JoJo says, I got robbed, so I'm gonna stash granola bars.
Yeah, right? Like, what the fuck do you think that stashing granola bars was gonna do?
Oh, just wait. You will see exactly what it is.
Did he, like, throw them at them until they died?
Just wait. All right. This takes a fucking turn. Okay.
Okay.
Fucking turn. So there was evidence that Hallie Kiefer and Nicholas Brady had committed 2 previous break-ins, and that Nicholas Brady was being investigated for prior burglaries, including one earlier on the day that they were killed. Now, it said that Smith installed a security system to protect himself, but for whatever reason, on November 22nd, 2012, Smith drove his vehicle down the road, parked it in front of a neighbor's home, and came back to the house. Now, because he seemed to be out of the home, Hallie Kiefer and Nicholas Brady broke into the home, and video surveillance captured the teens casing the property prior to the break-in. Now, by his own account to the police, Brady said that Byron said that he had been visiting neighbors when he saw Kiefer, who he suspected was responsible for the burglaries, driving towards his home. He commented that he needed to get ready for her and went back to his house. Now, upon entering the home, he turned on a recording device that he owned. He removed the light bulbs from the ceiling lights and positioned himself in a chair that was obscured from view. He heard the window upstairs break. He's in the basement waiting for all of this, you know, where he kept the granola bars.
Yeah.
He did that so that he could, you know, fuel up while he was waiting for the burglars. Now, he heard the window break and Brady climb in, which was captured on audio. Smith then waited in silence for 12 minutes until Brady began to descend into the basement. Smith shot Brady twice on the stairs and once in the head after he fell to the bottom of the stairs. He then began making taunting remarks to Brady's body, wrapped it in a tarp, and dragged him into another room. He then went upstairs, and 10 to 15 minutes later, he ran back down into the basement, reloaded his weapon, and took up his previous position in the unobscured chair. Minutes later, Kiefer entered the home and could be heard calling her cousin's name. And as she made her way down the stairs, Smith shot her. Wounded, she fell down the stairs, and Byron can be heard on the recording saying, "Oh, sorry about that," after his gun jams, followed by Kiefer saying, "Oh my God," very quickly. Smith shoots her again, multiple times in the torsos, in the midst of which she screams, "Oh my God," and once next to her left eye with a high standard .9 convertible 22 caliber single action revolver. Jesus. Now, he repeatedly called her derogatory names and then dragged her into the other room, tossing her body on top of her cousin's, and then shot her one final time under the chin, killing her. Now, audio and video of the events were recorded by Smith's security.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right. Like exactly. Joe just says in the comments, fucking hell. Yeah, robbery equals a death sentence. Absolutely agree, Jojo. And like this isn't just him this isn't just him, you know, there was actually a huge controversy about this case because a lot of people are like, this is like a stand your ground kind of case, or you know, like he should be allowed to kill people for like invading his home. I think in that state it's called a castle doctrine, which allows a homeowner to defend their home with lethal force. However, he obviously had planned this.
Yeah, like sitting and waiting for your house to be broken into so you can kill two people, like
that is premeditated murder.
That's literally premeditation.
Yeah, it is. So the deaths were not immediately reported to the police. Smith waited until the next day to notify the police of the shootings, claiming he didn't want to bother the police on Thanksgiving.
What a guy.
So, Morrison County Sheriff Michael Wetzel has acknowledged that Brady and Kiefer were there to burglarize the residence, and Brady's sister, however, claimed that Brady stole drugs from her home on August 28th, a case that was still under investigation at the time of the murder. Evidence recovered from the car driven by Brady was linked to a burglary of the residence of a retired teacher the night before he and Kiefer were killed by Smith. Smith's statement to police described delivering the coup mortel, or the kill shots, to the heads of both teens after he had shot them on the stairs, and they lay wounded on his basement floor. In his statement, Smith said that Kiefer had let out a short laugh after she fell down the stairs, saying, "If you're trying to shoot somebody and they laugh at you, you go again." The audio tape did not record Kiefer laughing. Instead, she cries, "Oh my God," very rapidly in obvious fear. In police interviews, Smith acknowledged firing more shots than I needed to, and that he fired a good, clean finishing shot into Kiefer's head. On April 21st, 2014, Smith's jury trial commenced in Morrison County. Smith was represented by attorneys Stephen J. Meshbesher.
Wow. God, what a name.
Meshbesher. Wow. That is wild. I'm sorry. I didn't read the attorneys' names when I was doing the notes.
Stephen J. Meshbesher. Was it, what does the J stand for? Jesh? Stephen Jesh Meshbesher?
Jesk. Stephen Jesk Meshbesher. Wow.
Sounds like a sad ejaculation.
Jeff.
Oh my God. The cat is tugging at my door right now.
That's okay, because JoJo's cat is making muffins on her.
Oh, yeah, the cat did that on my butt earlier.
Yeah, and then fell asleep.
He literally fell asleep on my butt.
Ken says that there is also a law that says if a robber breaks in and gets hurt, the owner can be held responsible. I don't agree with either. I don't agree with either of those laws. I don't agree with using lethal force. Like, I agree that, like, if someone's there to, like, fucking rape and murder you, then yeah, lethal force, sure. But, like, if someone's there to, like, I don't agree with the premeditation of this whole thing, but I also don't agree that a homeowner should be held responsible if someone fucking breaks in to rob you and then gets hurt.
I will say I don't feel like lethal force should be used like you can't know why the person is breaking into your house. Like somebody could be like rifling through your shit and like still like bed. What?
If they're on top of you in your bed. What?
He's still tugging at my door.
He really wants to come in.
I'm going to let him in real quick, or this is going to go on for a few minutes. Come on.
Come on, you little attention whore.
It's baby time.
Oh my God, a baby.
He doesn't want to be.
Mango.
He wants to be in the window, but everyone must see the baby.
Manjo. Oh, he like looked up when I said that. I can't believe he answers to Manjo.
Manjo.
All
right, go in the window. Go hunt your rats.
Yep, go on.
Or put your butt in my face. That's fine too.
That works. Yep.
This is fine. There he goes.
Kelly says, baby.
What?
He come back. Manjo. See, if it was Florence, I would say because she could hear my voice, because Florence loves me.
Yeah, Florence loves you.
It's so weird. She did not warm up that quickly to anyone else.
Nope. Florence is a big scaredy kitty, but Mango's just like a look at this face. Look at this face. He doesn't have a thought in his head.
No, not a single thought, Mango.
Head empty, no thoughts.
Head empty, no thoughts. It's very, very sweet baby. The baby.
He's making biscuits on my thigh.
The baby.
I love you.
Billy says her cat Hunter too. Yeah. All right. Are you ready to keep going with us?
Yeah, please keep going.
All right. So Smith was represented by attorneys Stephen J. Meshbesher and Adam P. Johnson. On April 29th, 2014, Smith was found guilty on 2 counts of first-degree murder with premeditation and on 2 counts of second-degree murder after 3 hours of jury deliberations. He was immediately sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. It only took them 8 days to finish this case. It started April 21st. It ended April 29th.
Nice.
Yeah, 8 days. Thank God.
And I will say that like this was adequate justice being served too.
Absolutely. Now the audio recordings were named by the jurors as the biggest influence on their decision. That was the most damning piece of evidence in my mind. Wes Hasselstad, one of the 12 jurors, said following the trial, the audio recording of the actual killings and the audio recording of Mr. Smith's interview immediately after his arrest pretty much convinced me that we were dealing with a deranged individual. Now, Byron David Smith, let's show a quick picture of Byron, because this is not a guy you would assume is like, you know, a serial killer or like that's got it in him, you know? It's really weird to me. But like, if you look at his eyes, this is one of those times that I will say, if you look at his eyes, you can see something kind of fucked up there. Do you think you can put him on your bed, please?
Yeah, he's got to scoot.
Yeah, he's knocking into the camera at this point. I love him, but
he is currently a hindrance.
Indeed. Ken has an interesting comment here. He says, case Bodine versus Enterprise. The burglars sued the owner for $8 million for falling through the skylight, but settled for $260,000. Jesus Christ.
That is fucking hilarious.
I hate that they're able to do that. I hate that. Just like I hate that rapists are able to sue for like custody of the children that they produce.
Or like there's also like a thing where like rapists can like sue if they end up with an STD.
Yeah. That's not okay.
Mm-mm.
Give it a second. My Chrome is being a bitch ass hoe right now. It's being a bitch. Like, come on. I don't want to make it freeze. So I will show that picture as soon as I can. It's still being a bitch. I don't want to make it crash is my only problem, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I know that it will crash if I like try to do anything right now. So yeah. So what's your guys' plan for Thanksgiving, Kate?
So we are gonna go over to Chloe's house, and she was actually texting me a little bit ago saying that my mom tried to guilt her into letting our friend's mom join us.
Okay.
Who, I don't think she's ever met.
That's weird.
And B, there's no room for.
Oh boy.
So that's super fun, but yeah.
There's also, you know, a global pandemic going on.
Yeah, right? Like, that's literally what Chloe said. She was like, we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic and I'm barely comfortable having you guys over and you want to invite a stranger into my house? No. But she told me she hasn't put her foot down so fast since her wedding.
Wow. What did she put her foot down on for her wedding?
Oh, my mom was being like, she was being like really bitchy about like how she was doing the invitations or something.
It's her wedding. All right, so my Chrome is basically frozen. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave StreamYard for just a moment. So while I do that, Kate, do you mind telling everyone about what we've got coming up on Patreon?
Oh yeah, we've got some
All right, stuff. You do that. I'm going to leave for just a moment to restart my browser.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, close the program.
Hopefully it doesn't kick me out too. That would be weird. But on Patreon, so you know we've got the couple different series that that they're going to be working on. All of us are going to be working on. So Dakota and Thea are going to have their series where they watch movies and review movies that are based on serial killers and like true crime. With Dakota's personal favorite, the one about the Iceman with Michael Shannon. We know she loves that one. And then and she's back just in time.
How dare you?
Oh, hilarious.
Continue.
So yeah, there's the true crime, the true crime movies, and then we still have our letters to serial killers that we're going to be doing together. And I feel like
Sophia Puente.
Yeah, that was her name. I couldn't remember her name. So we're going to be cooking out of that crazy old lady's cookbook.
That crazy bitch.
Oh my God. The breadcrumbs. What's with the breadcrumbs?
Where do they go?
I don't think I'll ever be over that. Where did the breadcrumbs go?
Is she still alive? I need answers.
We might write a very angry letter to Dorothea Puente.
God damn it, she's dead.
Oh.
I'm writing a very angry letter to the guy who wrote that cookbook.
We could do a seance.
I do have a little Ouija board.
That sounds safe. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, thanks, JoJo, for pointing that one out. Close the program, piece of shit. Yeah, well, my computer's a piece of shit. You'd call yours a piece of shit, too, if it was acting like mine is. All right, let's show this picture of Byron David Smith real quick, just so you can see There's something in his eyes. I don't like it.
Ooh. Yeah, no, thank you.
Look at those eyes.
No, don't zoom in. Oh God, they like follow you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. No, thank you.
I don't like it.
No, thank you.
It's gone. Okay. You had to check. All right. So, yeah, that guy is up to no good. And you know that I hate that. I hate it when people say you can tell by the way that they look. Like, you know, when people said that, like, just looking at Otto's tool, that would make people cross the street. No. Otto's tool looked like a normal fucking dude. You wouldn't just cross the street because he was like, that was scary. Like, no. I hate that shit.
Like, maybe you'd cross the street if you saw old Drippy Eye, but it's just because you didn't want his eyes on you.
Yeah. It's just, you don't want his eye to drip on you. And maybe you'd cross the street if you saw Ottis Toole, who was like 6'2", wearing like a dress and slapped on makeup, you know, like you'd just be like, I don't want any part of this situation. No, thank you. Because he would just smear makeup on. Like, he didn't even try to, like, put it on right. He would just smear it on his face and, like, go out and then get mad at men for not being attracted to him. And it's just sort of like...
It's called trashy chic. Look it up.
I think it was just trashy, not even chic, man. I wish I could find pictures of Ottis Toole in, like, makeup and dresses. Like, I wish those existed because, like...
Mango is purring so loudly while he's bathing himself right now.
Mango, you're so funny.
It bath time.
It bath. I brought all of my bath bombs over with me. And then I like totally scrubbed the bathroom yesterday. Oh my God, I'm so sore. I'm like, ooh, do I want to take a bath?
It's always nice to take a bath when you've got a nice bathtub.
Yeah, and Ken and Kelly gave me all those bath bombs for Christmas last year. I still got most of them. I used a bunch of them when I was house sitting. Because they had a really nice bathtub, so of course I was going to use the bathtub.
I would kill for a really nice bathtub. That's what I want when I grow up. I just want to live somewhere that has a really nice bathtub that I can have like my shoulders and like my knees in.
So there's actually these really great things called Japanese soaking tubs. You can get them for $50 on Amazon. I got one for Melanie for Christmas last year. And like, seriously, it's $50. And it's like this, when you sit in it cross-legged, and it's like up to here when you're sitting in it cross-legged, and you just use a shower head to fill it up. Yeah.
I like that.
It's pretty great. But anyways, let's get on to our last course. We saved the most gruesome for last. This was dessert here.
The icing on the cake, if you will.
The icing on the cake, if you will. And this is actually the shortest one, but I just had to include it. This is the story of Omamia Nelson. Omamia Ree Nelson was born and raised in Egypt and immigrated to the United States in 1986. She met her husband, William E. Bill Nelson, a 56-year-old pilot, in October 1991 when she was 23. Within a couple of days of meeting, the couple married, but Omamia would later claim that during the couple's month-long union, she suffered sexual abuse by her husband. In fact, such acts of sexual abuse reportedly included him pimping out his glamorous bride to kinky old creeps in exchange for rent, cash, and in one case, a car.
Yikes.
Yeah. Oh. JoJo. JoJo's like, I don't even have a shower and I want to cry. I know, JoJo. She was dyeing her hair today and she was like, I'm going to have to wash my hair in the garden. I was like, oh my God, JoJo.
JoJo.
Yeah.
She flowers.
She uses her in-laws shower. Yeah. Kelly has a good one comment here. Whipped cream on the pie. Exactly. It's the whipped cream on the pie because it's Thanksgiving. But anyways, so
I didn't get whipped cream at the grocery store.
You can pick some up tomorrow. Or wait, Vaughn's doesn't close until like 11.
But there's a curfew for 10 o'clock, so.
Well, it's 8 o'clock now, so.
Maybe. I don't know. I already went to the store today. I'm not too worried about it. Oh, well.
Go bug Oscar. Now, Omega claimed that on November 28th, 1991, Bill had sexually assaulted her in their Costa Mesa, California apartment. Following this,
that's far from me.
That's not far from you, actually. No, Costa Mesa is really not that far from you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, following this, Omemia stabbed Bill with scissors and then began beating him with a clothes iron. And apparently, she beat him so hard that the iron actually broke in her hand.
God.
Yeah. Kelly says, at least I reminded you, Kate. No, after killing him, she began dismembering his body and cooked his head and boiled his hands to remove his fingerprints. She then mixed up his body parts with leftover turkey and disposed of him in a garbage disposal. Neighbors claim they heard the disposal unit running for hours after the time of Bill's death.
Oh my God.
I know, right? Like, have you ever ironed your own clothes?
Yeah.
You know how heavy? I mean, you like irons are like, you know, they're pretty solid.
Yeah.
She beat him so hard the iron broke in her hands.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
It's insane. So anyway, so she reportedly also castrated him in revenge for his alleged sexual assaults. And she told her psychiatrist that she had cooked her husband's ribs in barbecue sauce and eaten them, but later denied that.
Coward.
Yeah. I'm like, if you did it, at least admit to it, girl. Damn.
Or like, if you didn't do it, like, don't say that just for clout, because now you look like a damn fool.
Yeah. What are you, Shane Dawson, claiming to do things without actually doing them? Or Jeffree Star?
Ugh.
Yeah.
I think Jeffree Star is the other way around. He claims like he didn't do stuff that he did do.
Yeah, that's true. Whatever. Anyways, so Omemia was arrested on suspicion of murder in on December 2nd, 1991, and her trial began almost 1 year later on December 1st, 1992. So when I was literally almost a year old, it was like about a month shy. It was like a month and like 5 days from being a year old. I was born in 1992.
God damn it.
Every fucking time, Kate. Every fucking time. Because I could see her face going. She's like, wait, no, you weren't. Yes, I was born in 92.
Oh, God. Like, I had the math backwards. I was like, wait, no, you were like almost born because you were born in January of 1992 and that hadn't happened yet because I'm a fucking idiot.
Pretty much.
January's after December, but I forgot that the year ends in December. So,
you were literally math meme.
God, right. That honestly, like, what was actually happening in my brain is even dumber than me just thinking you were born in 1993.
Like I knew exactly what was happening in her brain too. Like the minute she was just like, she was too quiet. And I was like, I was born in 92.
Oh God.
JoJo was 1.5 years old. Yes. Because JoJo's older than me.
Oh, that was so
and yet I still mother the hell out of all my friends. I mean, you know that. And then when I was working, when I was doing my job last month, I had this other like adorable Swedish coworker, Felicia, and she kept calling me Mama because I would always make sure that everyone was okay, like doing what they needed to be doing. Yes, Mama. I was like, oh my God.
JoJo 2.0.
How dare you? JoJo, unfriend her. I don't know if I'm not on Facebook, but unfriend her.
That is not to say that she is better than JoJo. She was just another version of JoJo.
No. How dare. Yes, JoJo's the most adorable Swede. JoJo's my Swede. She goes, how dare you? I'm the only JoJo.
There could be only one JoJo.
I love the lag. No, it's just me. Yes, JoJo, you saw that I was defending that, right? Because I love you. And then she just sent you a bunch of angry face emojis.
Oh.
You're not allowed to our house when we move to Sweden together. Right, JoJo?
I'll sleep on the lawn.
No, you can go to, you can go to you can go to Denmark with the Danes. JoJo will get what I mean.
It is I, omelet the cheese Danish.
So I got a comment here on Twitch saying, do you field questions about the beard? I would like to say that I will do a Q&A at some point. We're not exactly 100% sure when we're going to do a Q&A. But if you'd like to know more about my beard, you can check me out on TikTok. My TikTok is @Dakota's Beard. It's the same as my Venmo.
Just slip that on in there.
I have a 5-part series up right now about my my beard. And so go ahead and check that out if you like. If you have TikTok, yes, to do a Q&A, I do need questions, and when I am ready to do a Q&A, I will be posting in all of our Facebook and Instagram that we are taking questions for a Q&A for Kate and myself. And I think we're going to bring Thea in on that episode too.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I think so. What is the TikTok again? Okay, so the TikTok is @Dakota's Beard. So I'm going to put that down here on the screen. All right, TikTok. All right, so I'm adding a banner right now so you can see that. My TikTok is @Dakota's Beard. I'd put Kate's up too, but she doesn't have TikTok.
Nope.
Yeah, same as Instagram as well. Yes, I use the same @ for pretty much everything. But yeah, I've got 5 parts up on why I have a beard and everything already. I took a little break from doing the beard story, but I'm going to be getting back to that soon. But let's finish this story. So, during the trial, it was revealed that as a child living in Cairo, Omemia had undergone female genital mutilation and that sex was traumatic and painful for her, which I can't even fucking imagine, man. I can't. And the pain and trauma only increased by the assaults that she allegedly sustained during her marriage, including being pimped out to other people for sex, you know? Now, she was convicted of a second-degree murder on January 12th, 1993, and was sentenced to 27 years to life in prison. Now, Mamia first became eligible for parole in 2006, but was denied when commissioners found her unpredictable and a serious threat to public safety. She became eligible again in 2011, but was denied parole by the board again, citing that she had not taken responsibility for the murder and would not be a productive citizen if she was freed. She will not be able to seek parole again until 2026.
Oh, dang.
I know. Now our friend on Twitch says, I hope you are with Freak Show Deluxe next year in Oklahoma. Same here, my friend. Same here. I'll talk to Reverend Tommy Gunn about that, though. But anyway, so that is our Thanksgiving 3-course special. We had a little appetizer with fucking Guy.
Joel fucking Guy Jr.
Guy Jr. We had our main course with Byron David Smith. And our dessert was the lovely Omima, who's actually gorgeous. And since I showed a picture of all of these fucking dudes, I'm going to show a picture of her because she's actually gorgeous. Yeah, hang on a second. So she was actually a model. And so, like, she was just, like, absolutely stunning. So I'm going to show a picture. Hang on a second. And like, God. Hang on. There was a really good picture that I want to show. No, not that one. I can't find the one that I wanted to show, but like, she's so pretty.
Oh, ouchie.
You good?
Yeah, I just cracked my knuckles and they cracked more than I expected them to.
Ooh, each. Icky. All right, here. This is a picture of Omima. Absolutely beautiful woman. Look at her. Gorgeous.
Oh.
Right? Fucking looks.
What a vibe.
Seriously.
Oh, look at her hair. Oh, she's gorgeous.
I know, right? Seriously.
She looks like a model.
Yeah, I know. She's gorgeous. And just like, God, this one out of everyone that we covered for this special, this one I actually feel bad for. Because like if she was, you know, mutilated genitally, and like then like, you know, and then traumatized and sexually assaulted and everything, like what the fuck? Like and like of course this is the early 90s when women weren't you know, allowed to like make cases about spousal rape, you know?
Yeah, right? That wasn't a fucking thing yet.
Jojo says she's stunning and thanks for the stories. She has to watch the groceries. All right, Jojo. I love you. Text me when your hair is done because I want to see a picture.
Bye, Jojo.
I love you. She says, I love you, not Kate. Go to Denmark. And then she says, I'm kidding. And left 2 heart emojis.
Oh, I love you, Jojo. Oh. Oh boy.
Bye, babe. All right. So, Kate, what did you think of our 3-course Thanksgiving episode?
I think we did that in a good order for sure, because
Yeah.
the appetizer, it was pretty straightforward. It was simple. And then the main course was big and bloody. And then the dessert was dainty and small and no regrets.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this was done exactly right tonight.
Thank you. I'm glad that you liked the way that I set this episode up. I worked really hard on it. Thank you. And finding three true crime cases that took place in Thanksgiving, it was a little more difficult than I was expecting, honestly. I was like, oh, it's Thanksgiving, you get with your family and then you get into fights, and then you get with the extended family, and then there's those people that are like MAGA and Trump, and all that shit. And then you get into fights and then you just fucking stab people. I did find one case about a girl who stabbed her brother in the neck, but he didn't die. So I was like, nah.
No, we need death.
Yeah.
We need some fatalities.
We need a fatal Thanksgiving weekend. Murder, murder.
Fatal for other people in the past.
Not us. Murder. I don't want to die.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Ken says Thanksgiving true crime without the food coma. I was already in a food coma today, Ken. Literally. I was like, no, I go sleep. And then I was like, no, I have to finish my notes for tonight. And Kelly says Thanksgiving. So if you are interested in a Thanksgiving kind of thing, you should check out Late Fright with Unmundane. They are doing a very special Thanksgiving episode on Black Friday. That's right, Black Friday celebrations with a Thanksgiving episode. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really interesting. It's all fantastic. I'm really proud of everything that Late Fright has been doing. I'm not in this episode. I have been taking a little bit of a step back personally, just while I'm moving and trying to get my life settled and, getting back onto the antidepressants and everything. So I needed to take some time for myself and to focus on one thing. And my one thing is this show. Yeah. And as for next week, trying to figure out what we should cover next week, Kate.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I know, right? What should we cover next week? The only thing that's coming to mind right now is Oklahoma City. You want to keep going with bombing?
Sure, why not?
Let's keep going with the bombings. All right, so next week, starting Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we are going to be discussing the Oklahoma City bombing. That's right, Timothy McVeigh is finally coming to Chardonnay True Crime. And it doesn't mean that actually Timothy McVeigh will be here. No. I'm pretty sure he's dead.
No.
He was executed. He's dead, so he's not actually going to be here. I just mean we are finally going to be covering this because we covered Ruby Ridge, we covered Waco, we covered
Unabomber.
The Unabomber, that was last week, and now it's finally time to cover Oklahoma City. Yeah, and his partner in crime, exactly. Yeah. This is going to be a really interesting one. This might actually end up being more than 2 parts. This might end up being a 3-parter. So we will let everybody know about that. But in the meantime, don't forget to check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/Chardonnay True Crime, Chardonnay TC, just to make it a little bit easier for everyone. That's CHARDONHAAAYTC. And if you want to throw us a couple bucks, you can do so on Venmo. Mine is at Dakota's Beard. Kate's is at Kate Ulrich 42. It's right here on the bottom of the screen. And until next time, yeah, Terry Nichols. Thank you, 1010. I couldn't remember what the name was. But until next time, say goodnight, Kate.
Good night, Kate.
Good night, and have fun celebrating the genocide of my people.
Yay.
Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.